Alright, welcome back everyone. For today's video, we're gonna have a summary of Sindarov versus Hikaru Nakamura, and it's an interesting game. So the game starts with d4, d5, c4, Queen's Gambit, and after e6, Queen's Gambit decline. To me, this was a poor choice of opening for Hikaru, because Sindarov has been playing this opening, and he is well prepared. He also has more time, more energy to prepare and everything. We get knight to c3, c6, e4, and this is a sharp line. I have played this myself. So here you're supposed to take the pawn with black. Here, knight takes, you can give a check with the bishop to b4, and now one of the best moves is just to go back, right? If bishop takes, here take, you have double pawns, but white has the bishop pair, everything is fine. Hikaru goes for a slightly less efficient line, which is bishop to d2. Okay, now queen takes on d4, bishop is hanging, but now knight is hanging. Queen takes on e4, bishop to e2, this pawn is hanging. Okay, this is all theory. We're still in theory, right? Bishop to d6, queen takes on g2. Now black is up 2 pawns, but white has enough compensation because they have better pieces, right? Everything is fine for white, for both sides. Queen to g5, okay, knight to e2, knight to e7, knight to g3, and here castle. Hikaru spent a fair amount of time thinking about his next move. The best move in the position is to play, no, that was playing the game h4, but here you're supposed to play this move, knight to e4. And I was thinking, okay, but h4 kind of makes sense. So what is the big deal with moving the pawn to h4? So let's see the continuation. These are engine moves, right? Yeah, black can give a check. You go with b4, and let's say that you take this pawn with the knight, castle, then rook to e8, queen to d2. Your pieces are well placed. White's pieces are well placed. This knight is protecting the bishop, is keeping an eye on the queen. Everything is good, even though this structure is kinda messed up. You have a lot of initiative with white, right? All of your pieces are good, whereas this bishop is terrible. It's almost like black is playing without a piece. So the huge difference is that now h4, this knight is not supporting these two squares, right? Okay, now queen to a5, we enter a similar line. Before, knight takes on b4, castle, now rook to e8, keeping an eye on the pawn. And by the way, just if you're curious, well, isn't this knight hanging the whole time? Well, yeah, you can take the, for example, you can take the knight, bishop takes on e7, but we recover, or black recovers right away, right? This is a discover check. So they see they move, and now, yeah, it's too much, and white doesn't have that compensation anymore. So let's say the castle, rook to e8, queen to d2, and see, it's the same line, but yeah, the knight is not here, and what we can do instead is rook a to d1, knight f5, force the trade of knights. Okay, I'm happy to trade with black, because I'm still behind development. I still have to figure out how to develop this bishop. This knight is weird too, so I have to do something about it. Okay, queen to f4, knight c6, and the plan is clear for this knight, right? Knight c6, I'm gonna go here and then hit these squares. And I'm actually have to, like, this knight is too powerful. The next move for white was king h1, which makes sense. Now, what you plan to do is bring the rook into the open file, but this is shown as a mistake. I personally don't see it. I just saw it, but please comment in the video. Comment why this is a bad move, and this is the best move in the position, king h2, which to me doesn't even make sense, because, okay, I know the knight is coming in here, so why would I even walk into this future check, right? I'm walking into the check by moving king to h2. The only thing I can come up with is maybe king h2 is recognizing the presence of this bishop, right? Maybe long term is saying, oh, you cannot put the king here because this bishop can come into the game later. I don't know. Please comment in the video why this is a bad move. Okay, now after this, okay, after the I was also checking the engine line, sorry, is you have to get rid of the knight. Have to get rid of the knight because he's hitting too many weaknesses, right? He's hitting too much. Now c takes on d4, rook g1, that will be a continuation. Okay, we get king to h1, knight to d4. Yeah, also one of the best moves is to take. You gotta get rid of the knight, but no. Hikaru wants to keep pieces on the board. Maybe there is something here. g6 is played, bishop to d5, bishop to e6. Now this pawn is loose. Okay, bishop takes on b7, knight to e2. This is hitting everything, right? It's hitting the queen and the rook. Now queen to d2. You gotta try queens, right? There's no other choice. Rook takes on d2. Now knight takes the other rook. And this is winning. This is winning for white. Even after they take this rook, we take back. We're still up 2 pawns. In this endgame, you can pawns. Black has 2 extra pawns. Okay, rook to d8. Bishop to f4. Okay, we just trade. We get here. Bishop takes on c4. Bishop e3. Bishop takes on a2. Bishop takes on c5. And it's good enough to win the game. So f4, f6, king f2, king f7, bishop a3, king e6, bishop f8, a4, king e3, king f7, and let's see a few moves. I think this is self-explanatory. King g3, bishop d5, bishop a3, bishop e4, and after bishop c1, g takes on h4. Hikaru resign. There's too many weaknesses, right? Weakness on this side of the board and weakness on this side of the board. Even if the bishop can stop one weakness, they also have to worry about the other weakness or the other pawn that is advancing. And it's too much. So just as a sample line here, yeah, they can give a check here, infiltrate with the king. And yeah, it's completely losing for white. Okay, guys, these are the standings at the end of round 5. Sindarov is on top, Fabi following after, and the rest are lagging behind. But there is still a chance if you're playing for another 9 rounds. It's still mathematically possible for anyone to win. But Hikaru and Andrei Sipenko, they really have to win a few games to get any chance to fight for this title. And these are the women results. Still a few games to go, but these are more equal. Alright guys, I will see you in the next video and take care.